I think, there's been a lot of changes over even since I went to PT school and what they teach. And if you go back just even a couple decades, just the understanding of body mechanics and what's the best thing. And you could compare it to like nutrition, like how much has nutrition changed since the
Hmm.
90s, right? We thought we knew best, and that was what the science told us, and it was completely wrong, a lot of the things in the 90s.
Okay.
And so this happens with the body and body mechanics too. And I think that what everything's pointing to now is specificity of
Hmm.
training. If you want to get ground reaction forces for a golf swing, then you're going to be training something extremely similar to that, just in a more controlled setting in a gym, probably in slow motion, or emphasizing certain moments of power generation rather than doing a full swing all at once. You're going to break it down and you're going to train that moment of the swing. And so it's not whatever your training is not going to look that different from the real thing. Specificity.
It's very interesting you bring that up. Dr. Tyler Standiford, who's a professor at Utah. I can't remember the university there. It's a doctor. Please forgive me for not remembering. You're only on a couple weeks ago too. But he does a lot of consulting work with a company called Smart to Move, who in the golf space is the leading ground reaction force measurement system. They have dual force plates, and they can do it in 3D. And what he is part of his latest research that we discussed when he came on was the ability for like eccentric loading or eccentric,
Yep.
not
Yep.
X. I always get that wrong. Eccentric.
Yeah, that's right.
And most training, I think, was taken from bodybuilding or Olympic type lifting, going back to the Russians and the Bulgarians in the last century. But the eccentric load would be a 10-second lowering of the weight. That would be your training. Then you'd have your spotters lift it and you do 10 seconds. What he's found out as far as increasing and improving ground reaction forces was doing a 1 second eccentric
Oh,
to get, as you said, specificity towards the sport or activity you're doing, in this instance, a golf swing.
yep.